Joining us now for more on this meeting and what we might expect is Sharon O'Halloran, professor of political science at Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs. Ms. O'Halloran, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Prior to this meeting, many of these leaders have already, with their governments, taken significant steps. No impact whatsoever, it seems, on preventing the markets from selling off. Why?
Right. Well, the focus really has not been on the stock market. However, it has been on the credit market. That is the willingness of banks to lend money to one another. And it's really, that's what they're trying to do, infuse liquidity into the system.
Okay, so say that is their plan.
Right.
When they go into this meeting, do they really have a plan, or are they all going to get together and say, well, what do you think?
Right. Well, there really is what you see evolving a three-pronged strategy. The first, as I said, was the Federal Reserve infusing liquidity into the system. What you're seeing is reduction of the coordinated effort worldwide to reduce interest rates. You see direct lending by the Federal Reserve to banks, and you see the over-counter, that interest rate reducing as well. In addition, you see with the bailout plan the attempt to buy by the Treasury direct toxic assets from the banks themselves, that is, recapitalize the banks. You're also hearing, again, a coordinated effort to start buying directly the stocks or equity of a company, and then so infusing liquidity that way, and then taking ownership as well. The third is the stabilization plan, and that's the next prong that you're hearing.
How do we know that they'll actually achieve working in concert? Because sometimes we've seen when push comes to shove, they don't.
It is incredibly difficult to have an internationally coordinated effort. We have many international agreements on international finance, and they have not been effective. So this is probably the first real attempt to see coordinated effort by central banks to reduce the interest rate, to infuse liquidity. So I think the times will force their hands somewhat, but stable, coordinated effort with no enforcement mechanism worldwide is difficult to sustain.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting weekend, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching. Sharon O'Halloran, thank you very much for your insights.